Hey there! Have you ever seen the movie Ladyhawke? Well, I have a bunch of times because it just so happens to be my favorite movie. The first time I saw this, I was a little kid, and my grandparents picked this up from the thrift store. This is actually the exact VHS tape. And anyway, since then, I have garnered a deep love and fascination with this film, and I've collected quite a bit of stuff relating to it, so I want to show you my collection today. So, VHS to start with. Then my lovely fiance got me the Blu-ray, and I tell you what, if you ever go to watch this movie, get the Blu-ray because the picture is so clear and so beautiful on it. I mean, whatever copies on Amazon looks like trash. It is just so dingy looking, like you can't even tell anything's of the color except brown. So pick up the Blu-ray, or at least the VHS tape if you want to watch this movie. Next up, promotional stills. I just got these off of eBay, and I just think they're super cool. People are selling them for cheap because not a lot of people really know about this movie or care much about it. But this one, we've got Rutger Hauer posing with his double crossbow, very cool. Then we've got this one, another one of Rutger Hauer with the hawk. Actually, fun fact, one of the hawks that worked on this movie, I think its name was Little Pasta, which is very cute. And then I've got this one. We've got Matthew Broderick and Rutger Hauer as they show up to the Pitoos, whatever their names are, the Farmers in the Woods. And then there's this one. I really like this one. Got Matthew Broderick in the catacombs underneath Aquila. Then this one of the church fight scene. We've got Marquet and Navarre down on the ground. And then I love this one because you can see Castle de Torre-Chiara in the background, and it's my favorite castle in the whole wide world because of this movie, but it's also just such a beautiful castle. Next up, just two Starlog magazines from the 80s. This one has an interview with Richard Donner, the director, and this one has an interview with Lauren Schuler and Michelle Pfeiffer. And I really like this one because you get a little bit of an idea as to what one of the earlier ideas for the movie was. And it included a monster in the dungeons of Aquila that like ate people, and like the mouse, Matthew Broderick's character, was gonna have like a girlfriend that they rescued. I kind of want to see that version, honestly. But yeah, so got those. Very cool. Next up, we have the soundtrack on vinyl. I just got this off of eBay, and I really like it because of the picture on the back. I mean, this music doesn't really sound the greatest on a record, in my opinion, and I'm somebody who happens to love the music from this movie. I know that's a very divisive thing when it comes to this film, but I love the music. So there's the vinyl, and then my sister got me the special edition 2-disc soundtrack for Christmas 2 years ago, I think, and it has previously unreleased music on it, which is really cool, and it just has all the little movements in between scenes, and it's really cool, and it's got great liner notes in it, because they've got interview tidbits from Richard Donner, the cast, the music writers, everything. It's just a really cool bit of reading material about this film. Next up, just a few small things, but this is actually a novelization of the movie by Joan D. Vange, and I didn't know that this existed for the longest time, and then when I bought it I was so excited. But basically it's pretty much the movie, beat for beat, except it includes a few scenes that are recreated here that were in the screenplay, and you can find the screenplay online to read. So if you read this, then you've pretty much read the screenplay and vice versa. But it's just really cool to experience the movie in a different way, in a different format. And then next up I have the promotional button. This one is really in mint condition, and I got it for really cheap too, because once again, not a lot of people really care about this movie, so you're able to get the fun original promotional materials for a really decent price. And speaking of promotional materials, I have these slides. See if you can kind of see them, but there's 3 of them, and these would have been sent out to magazines, I imagine. I'm not really sure how photocopying for magazines worked back then, but I think that's what these were for. But I just thought they were really cool because they were a different piece of media, something other than a still, and something that I didn't have yet, so I was really excited for it. Next up, we have a few things from Japan. This one is a movie pamphlet. I'm not sure whether this was supposed to be like a promotional thing. I imagine so, but I really liked it because it has some behind the scenes pictures in it. Let me flip to them here. But it talks about the movie, and oh, it's got this still in a full 2-color or 2-page full color spread. But yeah, there's a couple behind the scenes pictures right here. And you don't really see a whole lot of them. If you just type in behind the scenes pictures Ladyhawke, just on Google, you don't find them. So I should probably scan these really nice and post them on the internet for other people to enjoy. But the same thing with these. This is just a couple clippings from an old Japanese movie magazine, but I specifically wanted this page because, again, it has some behind the scenes pictures, and I love this one with Richard Donner because that scene on the prairie there is one of my favorite bits in the whole movie. But yeah, just some other cool pictures, and it talks about the cast, and I translated it vaguely with Google and I got the idea. Basically just saying that Michelle Pfeiffer was beautiful, Rutger Hauer was handsome. I mean, who can disagree? This last thing is pretty interesting, because have you ever wondered how fan fiction was circulated before the internet? Well, my friends, let me introduce you to fanzines, or fan magazines. And this is really cool because I didn't know that they were a thing, but there was 12 issues of this Ladyhawke fan magazine, and I've got 7 of them here that I've managed to acquire so far. I'd like to get all 12 of the main issues, but they're really cool because they have such a wide variety of content. I mean, they have beautiful fan art in them, but then there's also this whole overarching story, this fan timeline of extra stuff. Like in this timeline, Etienne was originally married to a Saracen woman, and there's just a whole bunch of other things that I haven't really been able to get the full plot of because I don't have the entire set, but I've been able to get the idea. But these are just super fun because I love not just fantasy, but I love medieval stuff, and they have articles in here that were researched and typed out by hand on a typewriter and then Xeroxed, and then these were sent out to I don't know how many people. But yeah, there's articles on medieval music, on folk tales. People would send in their own art or their own poems that they wrote about the movie, and they were published in here. And so it's really cool to have not just a piece of media history, but a piece of Ladyhawke media history. And here I'll just show you the covers here, but they're just so cool, and I'm hoping that the guy who sold these 7 to me can get a hold of one of the publishers and get me the rest of them, because that would just be super cool. And so yeah, that's my Ladyhawke collection. If you have any of your own cool Ladyhawke stuff to show off to me, please tag me and show me, or tell me about your experience with the movie Ladyhawke. I mean, it's my favorite movie. There's just so much I could say about it, and I intend to say a lot about it because I want to make a very long, comprehensive video on everything about the movie. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!